बेटी ने अड्डा 24/7 ज्वाइन किया और टीचिंग एग्जाम क्लियर किया।
Good morning friends, welcome to Adda247. Today's session is important because it's on ISLM curve, module A, ABM. Roughly you get 5 to 6 marks on ISLM curve. Now what are the marks, means how the marks are distributed on this ISLM curve? Firstly, they give you the marks on what is IS curve, what is LM curve, what is the slope of IS curve, what is the slope of LM curve. Why is it important? Means how does RBI decide the rate of interest based on ISLM curve? Okay, and then we'll have some objective questions also. So watch the video till end because this is very important for you from this angle of ABM. Okay, let's start. Before that, join Adda, Officers Adda247 YouTube channel. Also download our Adda247 app on your mobile. Here you will get all the current affairs, job alerts, plus for CIIB, everything. Video lectures, video live notes, then tests, everything. Whatever you require for CIB, everything you get it over here. Okay. So let's start with the topic. Okay. See, this is the batch coming up for case studies. I'll come to this later. Okay. On June 20th. Keep this in mind. Okay. Objective. So what is ISLM curve basically? See here, the name should be actually ISLPM because it's investment savings and liquidity preference money supply. Now remember, investment savings means what? There are two curves. One is this IS and second is LM. Now this IS curve comes from basically investments, means you and me, common persons who invest in the banks, and LM comes from the business side who use that money. So basically one curve is for investors, second curve is for the users, right? Those who take the loans. The three critical exogenous variables of ISLM model are liquidity, investment and consumption. So liquidity means liquidity comes from us who invest. Investment means same, and consumption means the person who consumes. Liquidity preference guy will be in consumption. Okay. So liquidity is determined by the size and velocity of the money supply. The levels of investing and consumption are determined by marginal decisions of individual actors. Now investing and consumption. Investing is decided by you and me. I'll show you the graph over here. See, this is the IS curve. This IS curve is always sloping downwards. Always. Okay. And LM curve is always sloping upwards. Now few basic points about IS and LM. See this. On the x-axis over here, it's always the output. Output means what? GDP or any GNP. Generally GDP is taken on this side. And on the y-axis, we always have the rate of interest. Now the rate of interest will be what? It can be repo rate, it can be CRR, it can be any other rate. Benchmark rate, any of them. Okay. So now you got it, because the question in exam will be asked is what is on the x-axis of ISLM and y-axis of ISLM. Okay. X-axis is always output, GDP, and y-axis is always rate of interest. Got this point everyone? Type yes if you have understood up till now. Type yes fast. Yes. Yeah. Now the question is, why is this IS curve sloping downwards? Why? See here, this IS curve is sloping downwards because, see this, as the rate of interest decreases, the growth increases, and as the rate of interest decreases, less and less people will try to invest. Suppose if you consider yourself, okay, you have a FD rate of let's say 10%, and then it goes down to let's say 6%. So what happens? You will not invest in FDs then. So same thing is happening over here. As the rate of interest are going down, so the investors are also going down. So that's why investment curve will always slope downwards. Now look at the LM curve. It's the reverse thing. Means what? As the rate of interest goes up, goes down, so the the business persons will try to take more and more loans, right? So that's why as this goes down, the rate of interest goes down, this LM curve slopes upwards. Okay. Now the point is, as the LM curve will slope upwards, what will happen? In the economy, the more loans are taken, more businesses grow up, so GDP will increase. Okay. So that is the logic how it is followed. Now how does RBI decide the rate? Okay. See this, where the IS curve and LM curve meet, that point is a point where RBI will fix its repo or CRR or whichever rate, benchmark rate it's on the y-axis. It will fix it over there. Okay. So every month and every day basically RBI will track this ISLM curve, and where it always shifts up and down. Okay. So let's move ahead now. IS curve slopes downwards because as income increases, savings also increases and rate of interest falls. Okay, rate of interest will always fall down. LM curve slopes upwards because as income increases, rate of interest also increases because of the rise in demand for money, isn't it? If the rate of interest decreases, see this, if the rate goes down, people will demand more for the loans, right? So that's why LM curve will go upwards. Now significance, what is the importance? Why this ISLM curve? See here, when the money supply is increased, it is an expansionary policy. Got this? It's very simple logic. RBI has monetary policy. That monetary policy, if it has to go for expansionary, it will decrease the rate of interest, right? This is shown in the LM curve shifting towards the right. See this. Earlier LM curve was over here. Now what has happened? This rate of interest has gone down. Okay. So once the rate of interest has gone down, this LM curve will also shift. Now this is known as shifting of LM curve. Now see this, when the money supply is decreased, vice versa, it is contractionary. This is shown by shifting the LM curve towards the left, right? So if the money supply is decreased means what? The rate of interest will be increased by RBI. See here, how is money supply decreased by RBI? It increases the CRR. If it increases the CRR, this LM curve, people will go lesser for loans then, because the rate of interest will be high. So it will shift towards the left. Okay. Before going ahead, remember this, on June 20th we are starting this case study batch for ABM and BFM, both 7 days batches each. And remember, there are 12 case studies in ABM, 12 case studies in BFM of 5 marks each. So roughly 60 marks are under case study for ABM and 60 for BFM. So your passing and failing is directly decided by the case studies. So join this batch as fast as you can. Okay. 20 hours of two-way interactive classes specially designed for JAIIB July exam, master revision for last minute preparations here. 24 hours videos are available. Even if you miss any class, you can go return back to it later also. Okay. So let's move on to the objective questions now. Pick the odd man out. The choices are, who is the odd man? Rent, interest, wages and money. So who is the odd man out? Type fast. Who is type fast? Is this rent? Is this interest? Is this wages or is this money? Fast, 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 fast. Yes. Who is the odd man out? 1, 2, 3 or 4. Tick tick 1. Tick tick 2. Tick tick 3. Tick tick 4. Tick tick 5. Correct. The answer is money. Why? Why money? Because what is rent? Okay. Understand the three concepts basically: rent, interest and wages. What are these three? When do you get the rent? When you invest in any property. Simple. Means I invest in a house, flat and then give it on rent. So what am I doing? Investing in the house means what? I am parting my money for investment in some property. Parting my money, taking some risk. What is interest? Interest is earned when I give the money to someone, and then that guy pays me back with the interest, right? So what am I doing again? I am again taking the risk. What are wages? I am getting employed somewhere, means I am earning, I am doing some work, so I am giving something and then I am getting it. Okay. But what is money? Money has nothing to do with giving or taking anything. In all the above three, I am giving something, means giving the money in the property, giving the money in the for this returns, and third is giving my means work basically, right? So giving something and taking. But what is money? Money is just a medium of exchange, isn't it? So that's why this is different from all the remaining three. Okay. For getting all the remaining three, I have to do something. But for money, it's not actually the doing something. It's just a way of doing the transactions. Okay. Means, according to J.M. Keynes, rate of interest and bond prices are related. So what is rate of interest? See, this you had studied in JAIIB also. ROI, rate of interest, and bond prices are related always. Yes, always. Theorem There were 10 theorems of bond prices earlier in JIB. Remember this? So what were the theorems? Here the theorem is as the rate of interest increases R, okay, R goes up, the bond prices go down, right? So price P goes down. Remember this? In JIB also we had learned this. As the rate of interest increases, the bond prices goes down, and vice versa. If the rate of interest goes down, the bond prices will go up. So they are related inversely or directly. Type fast. Inversely, correct. Okay, inversely, that is the answer. Next, Keynes explained interest in terms of, now Keynes has a very peculiar theory. Okay, Keynes always speaks about only one part, that is money. He always speaks about money, everything in terms of money. Okay, so Keynes, you'll see this theory also, I'll tell you now. So what is the answer now? Real forces, economic forces, monetary forces and social forces. So Keynes explained, just now I gave you the hint. Type fast, 1, 2, 3 or 4, type fast. I'll give you 5 seconds. Tick tick 1, tick tick 2, tick tick 3, tick tick 4 and tick tick 5. Right, the answer is monetary. So what is the Keynes theory? See this. Keynes defines the rate of interest as reward for parting with the liquidity for some specified period of time. Parting with the liquidity means what? What do you mean by parting with the liquidity? See here, if I'm having 1 lakh rupees and I keep it in my pocket for let's say 1 year, will that increase that amount? No. But if I give you that with for doing some business and along with the agreement, of course, otherwise you will run away, isn't it? Along with the agreement, then what will happen? You will return back me the money along with the interest. So what is interest? It is parting with my liquidity for your consumption. Means you are using it somewhere. Okay, that's what the Keynes theory is. Reward for parting with the liquidity. Okay, always remember, if bank gives you the money in terms of loans, so why is bank giving you the loan? Because you need to invest this somewhere in capital, and then as you invest it, then the business grows and you earn more than the rate of interest which is to be given, and then you give it to the bank. Okay, the initials LM stands for, so liquidity model, liquidity preference and money supply, equilibrium, liquidity and money model, and liquidity and money. So which one? A, B, C or D? 1, 2, 3 or 4? Fast, fast, fast. Easy one, isn't it? Liquidity model, liquidity preference and money supply. Yes, which one? Type fast. Tick tick 1, tick tick 2, tick tick 3, tick tick 4. Correct. Correct. Many of you know the things. So 2, right? Liquidity preference and money supply. Okay. IS curve. IS is derived from. Okay. Now there are 2 theories over here. IS curve is derived from what? See here, there are, I'll tell you one important part over here. Classical, Keynesian, first answer this. Classical, Keynesian, diminishing marginal utility and equi-marginal utility. Okay, I'll give you a hint. 3 and 4 are out, only 1 and 2. Okay, so IS curve is derived from classical or Keynesian? Fast, 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 fast. Yes, IS curve is derived from, correct, classical. Okay, so what is classical theory? Classical theory says that basically here it relates to everything related to money, and means what does it say? The amount of loan is always related to what amount of money the people invest. That is classical theory. Means if there are more persons who invest in savings account, current account, only then there will be more money for giving the loans, isn't it? So that is a classical theory. The LM curve is derived from classical theory, Keynesian theory, diminishing marginal and equi-marginal. Again the same logic. The answer is correct. Tick tick 1, tick tick 2, 3 and 4 are out. So classical was IS and LM will be from, correct, Keynesian. Okay, Keynesian liquidity. So what is classical and what is Keynesian? Let's look at that. Okay, classical theory states that here of demand and supply, the rate of interest is determined by the supply of and the demand of the savings, right? Supply of means what? From where will you get the supply of money? From the investors who invest in the savings and current account, right? And where will you get the demand for money? From those business persons who take money for the purpose of business. Okay, What is Keynesian? Keynes theory of liquidity preference here. Interest is the reward of not hoarding, but the reward of parting with the liquidity in for a specified period. So what does it mean? I just now explained you in one of the earlier questions over here. If I part my money, give it to someone for investment and doing some business, only then I'll get the rate of return, right, and interest. So that is basically Keynes theory. So coming back to this crash course, see this case study batch, use this code Y432. Many of you guys ask me that, see, I like the course, but the problem is the fees. The fees is huge. So what do? There is a simple way out. See this, there is, I'll go to, let's say, yeah, I'll show you live on how to reduce the fees, okay? I'll show you live on Adda247. See this, go to Adda247, click on this, remember the code but Y432, okay? Click on JAIIB CAIIB, click on this, see this, on the front page itself you'll get all the JAIIB CAIIB, all this Mahapack, everything, okay? So click on CAIIB. Once you click on CAIIB, see this, what happens, you get the batches over here. In these batches, click on view all. Once you click on view all, see this. This is the 150 case study batch. So click on this. Case study batch, it means here all the details are given over here. Whatever are the details which are to be taken in the case studies, okay? In this batch, read them. Take your own time and click on view offers. Once you click on view offers, what happens? See this. Use the code Y432, okay? Once you use the code, use apply. Click on apply. Now see what happens. See this, fees is reduced by 77%. 8799 is reduced to 2023. Now what is this? 2023 means so low. If you get the increment after CIB, roughly it's 1200 to 1300. You will recover this money in 2 months only. So join fast. This is an investment for lifetime, okay? I'll see you tomorrow with another topic. Also see you tomorrow with, see you in the live classes of case study.